Success gets thrown around way too easily. People love to point at some guy in a suit and say, he made it. But did he really? Picture this. You go to university, you get hired at a good company, you grind for years, you climb to manager, you're on 150,000, you've got the company BMW, people at the office have to listen to you, and inside that building, you look important. But the second you walk out of that door, nobody cares who you are. Your status exists only in that system. Outside of it, you're invisible. Your wife isn't even attracted to you because you've let your body go. You bought a BMW thinking it meant luxury, but girls you see on Instagram drive BMWs. That's not power. That's middle tier. Real success for a man isn't, I have a job and people at work respect me. Real success is built on a few non-negotiables. The first is freedom. If you can't choose how to spend your time, if you can't wake up and decide where you want to be, you're still controlled. People say, no, I'm not a slave, I get paid well. But think about it. Old school slaves got food and shelter in exchange for work. Today they just removed the food and shelter part, gave you money instead, and now you buy your own food and shelter. And at the end, there's nothing left. That's not full freedom. If you can't say, there's chaos here, I'm flying to Tokyo, or I'm bored here, I'm going to Australia, you're still boxed in. A free man moves, a stuck man explains. The second pillar is your network. Who actually answers your calls? Who stops their conversation when they see your name pop up? Can you call people with real money, real resources, real power? I can pick up a phone and ring people worth tens of millions and they'll answer instantly because they know I don't waste time. They know if I'm calling, it's about something heavy. I can say, here's an idea, I need 100 million, and they'll listen. Most men can't do that. They don't have the circle. So they stay trapped in low-level conversations with low-level people and wonder why their life won't level up. Freedom plus network. That's when the game changes. Then comes presence. A man with no physicality will never fully be seen as successful. You can say, I make money, I have a nice car, but if you look weak, if you move weak, if your body signals weakness, people subconsciously rank you lower. Power is not just spoken, it's shown. If I can grab you and put you on the floor and you can't do anything about it, I outrank you in that moment. That's reality. That's why I learned early. I have to look dangerous without even talking. My body language has to say, I'm not the one. That's part of success. Women are part of it too. Not in the sense of chasing them, but in the sense that if the woman in your life doesn't genuinely admire you, doesn't look at you like you're the top man, then you're not operating at your real level. A man who is powerful socially, financially, physically, and spiritually pulls devotion. If your woman could leave you tomorrow and nothing in her heart would break, that's feedback. If the men around you wouldn't go to war for you, that's feedback. Weak surroundings create a weak mind. Most guys never even think like this. I was 21 to 22 planning this out. I need powerful men around me. I need to learn what they know. I need to build my body. I need to look like I can handle myself. I need women who are loyal. I need to be able to disappear to another country at will. Meanwhile, a lot of you are older than that now, and this never even entered your head because you were too busy scrolling, watching porn, wasting energy, numbing yourself. Then you asked, why don't I feel confident? Because you built nothing to be confident about. Your mindset is tied to your reality. If your bank account is weak, your body is soft, your friends are unmotivated, your girl doesn't admire you, and you don't have freedom, of course your thoughts are weak. Of course you doubt yourself. Your life is giving you constant proof that you're not dominant. On the other hand, if you were surrounded by solid men, if your girl was loyal, if your money was right, if your body was strong, your mind would follow. People come to me saying, I don't believe in myself. I look at them and think, I know why. Look at your habits. Imagine putting 150,000 of these modern guys in front of their great-grandfathers. Men who hunted, fought, worked until they died at 30 because of an infection, marched in wars, protected families, and then they hear, yeah, I scroll, I vape, I watch porn, I'm tired, I'm depressed, I play video games. Their ancestors would be disgusted. They bled so you could exist, and you used that gift to become soft. You should feel shame. And that shame is useful, because the beautiful thing about being a man is you can change. You can decide, I'm not proud of this version of me, and build a better one. But what do weak guys do? They stay around other weak guys so none of them feels bad. We all waste time, so it's normal. Number. It's not normal, it's just common. Your dad isn't proud, your family isn't impressed, and you still don't move. That's the real problem. Not the pain, but the refusal to admit, I'm wasting my potential. The ones who say, I could be more, they have hope. The ones who say, no, I'm fine, they're finished. People say, I'm depressed. Okay, so what are you doing about it? Show me the list of things you're accomplishing every day. If you're miserable, you should be the most productive person alive. You should be training, reading, working extra, making money, fixing your body. Instead, society tells you, you're sad, stay home, take pills, watch Netflix. That just traps you. Pain is fuel. Pain is the missing chemical in the formula. If you remove pain, you remove drive. Batman was Batman because his parents died. If nothing bad ever happens to you, you never get forged. The worst thing that can happen to a man is to live a life with no resistance. Born rich, never had to fight for anything, never had to go to the gym, never had to protect, never had to struggle. Those men always end up empty. Drugs, escorts, boredom, because they never earned their own self-respect. Real confidence comes from looking back and saying, I went through hell and I didn't break. Training every day is part of that. There is no scenario where training is the wrong choice. Jail, train. Free, train. Rich, train. Poor, train. Smoker, train. Non-smoker, train. Why? Because discipline is the foundation. I don't always want to train. I'm busy, I have other things to do, but I still do it so I know I'm the man who does what needs to be done whether I feel like it or not. How are you going to compete with that if you only work when you feel motivated? You can't. That's why most people lose. The path to real prizes is narrow. 100 people start, 99 quit because it's hard. That's exactly why the one who finishes gets all the gold. If everyone could do it, it wouldn't be valuable. There is a version of you that never snoozes, never skips the gym, never wastes time, never scrolls aimlessly, never spends hours on nonsense. If you had lived like that for just the last 24 months, you would not be where you are now. You'd be stronger, richer, respected, living better, with a woman who looks at you like you're a king. That version of you is not a fantasy. He's waiting. The only barrier between you and him is your gigantic laziness. And stop obsessing over tiny investments if you're broke. If you only have a few hundred left each month, your biggest problem isn't, where do I invest 500 pounds? Your problem is, why am I only making this much? People got spoiled during the recent clown market era. Meme coins, money printing, everything was pumping, and now they think that's normal. It wasn't. That was a window. The window closed. Now it's back to reality. Making money is hard again. Even big tech is cutting people. So if you don't have real capital, your focus should be making more money, not trying to flip scraps. Right now, the economy is attention-based. You need eyeballs on you, on your product, on your service. You need to show people you know what you're talking about, you need to be credible, and you need to convert attention into money. The internet makes that possible for anyone, but only for the ones who work like maniacs. You can't sit around hoping. Hope is not a plan. Doing something today, even if it's not perfect, beats waiting for the perfect moment tomorrow. You can't control the weather, you can't control other people, you can't control sudden illness. The only place you have real control is your own mind, and most people hand that over too. I'm shy. Okay, do it shy. I'm anxious. Okay, do it anxious. The world doesn't stop for your feelings. If you die tomorrow, the sun still rises, the shop's still open, everyone still goes to work. So why are you acting like your fear is special? What most people never grasp is that freedom isn't, I don't have a boss. That's the kindergarten version. Real freedom is being uncollapsible. It's designing your life so that no single person, place, platform, bank, woman, employer, or government can press one button and your whole life falls apart. Most men live on a single point of failure. One job, one city, one income source, one social circle, one platform. That's not success. That's fragility in a nice outfit. A truly high-level man engineers redundancy. If a government locks down travel, he has residency elsewhere. If a payment processor bans him, he has alternatives. If social media deletes him, He has an email list, a private community, a group of real humans who will still follow him. If one currency tanks, he has assets in others. If one woman leaves, it's a sad Tuesday, not a life-ending event. That's freedom. That level of freedom requires foresight. Poor men react. Rich men anticipate. You don't wait for the storm to buy a roof. You build with bad weather in mind. The average guy says, why would they ban me? The smart guy says, what if they do? The average guy says, why would I ever leave this country? The smart guy says, what if I need to? Power is not loud. It's the quiet ability to pivot while everyone else is stuck arguing. Your goal is to become a man whose options never drop to zero. You can move jurisdictions, move industries, move income channels, move audiences, move relationships. And at every move, you still retain status and cash flow. That's when you stop being some corporate unit and start being a sovereign male. And none of that is wake up early. It's thinking 5 to 10 years ahead and building infrastructure around your name like you're a corporation, not a consumer. Most people don't do this because they tie all their identity to one context. They're only respected at work. They're only funny in one friend group. They're only attractive in their local area. Strip that away and there is no person left, just clothes and bills. That's why I said in the original clip, if you walk out of the building and nobody cares, you're not successful. A real man's aura travels with him. New country, still respected. New room, still listened to. New platform, still monetized. New circle, still valuable. That's freedom. Part 2, network as a financial weapon. Let's go deeper on network because most of you still think network means I know some guys. Number. A powerful network is not knowing people. It's being needed by people. The reason powerful men pick up the phone for me is because I make them money, save them time, or increase their status. If you don't do one of those three, you're just another name in the phone. So the question isn't how do I find rich friends? The question is what recurring value do I bring to high value people? There are 3 main roles that get you into serious rooms fast. The deal finder, the audience holder, and the operator. The deal finder is the guy who always knows who's raising, who's selling, who's exiting, who's in trouble, who's moving countries, who needs a partner. He's a bridge. The audience holder is the guy with attention. 200,000 followers, 5,000 in a private group, 50,000 email list, whatever. He can point eyes at things. The operator is the guy who can actually build the system. Funnels, teams, tax structure, media, fulfillment, so the money doesn't leak. If you can't be the money, be the connector to the money. If you can't be the star, be the guy who builds the stage. If you can't fund the project, be the guy who can market it. All of those are legitimate seats at the table. You just can't be the spectator clapping for other people's wins. And here's the part no one tells you. Good networks self-select. Weak men are uncomfortable in strong rooms. They leave, they get busy, they stop replying. Why? Because good rooms expose low standards. If every man around you is making $100,000 a month and you're making $3,000, you either level up or leave. That's why most of you are surrounded by average men. They don't challenge the story you tell yourself. A real network is uncomfortable at first. You feel behind. Good, stay. You're in the right place. Also understand global networks greater than local networks. The internet has made geography a smaller prison. If all your contacts are in one city and that city locks down, or that economy dips, your network dies with it. But if you have one guy in Dubai, one in London, one in Singapore, one in Istanbul, one in the US, now your opportunities exist on a rotating clock. Someone is always awake, always making money, always moving something. That's how you plug yourself into 24/7 deal flow. Now we talk about something 99% of men never master: frame control. Money impresses people at first glance, but frames keep people orbiting you. Frame is the invisible story everyone subconsciously agrees to in your presence. For example, some men walk in and the unspoken frame is, this is the leader. Nobody said it, everyone feels it. Others walk in and the frame is, this guy is trying hard. Also unspoken, also felt. You establish frame through consistency, risk tolerance, and certainty. Consistency. You always show up the same. Calm, decisive, unneedy. Risk tolerance. You're willing to stake something. Money, reputation, movement, so people see you believe your own words. Certainty. You speak like outcomes are inevitable, not possible. People don't actually follow logic first. They follow certainty first, then justify it with logic. This is why soft men always lose women to harder men, even if the softer guy is nicer. The harder guy owns the frame. I am the prize. My life is moving. You can be a part of it or not. That's a frame. The weaker guy says, please pick me. That's also a frame, but it's submissive. Frames exist in business too. We're the boutique. We choose who we work with. We're the dominant brand in this space. We're the only ones doing this at this level. When you own the frame, you control price, pace, and proximity. Here's the advanced part. Frames are protected by scarcity. If you are always available, always reachable, always explaining, always defending, you destroy your own frame. Powerful men have distance, not fake distance, real distance, because they're actually busy, actually in demand, actually moving. People value what isn't constantly offered. That's why I said earlier, success is not about being liked, it's about being remembered. If they forget you the second you leave, your frame is weak. You can train social gravity the same way you train a muscle. Start making micro frames and holding them. I don't explain myself twice. I don't argue with unserious people. I don't chase disloyalty. When someone tests it, you enforce it calmly. That's how reputation builds. Over time, people stop trying to move you and start moving around you. That's power. Not yelling, not flexing, making others adjust. Part 4, reputation, women, and control of narrative. Let's address women without turning it into the same boring text her this nonsense. At high levels, women are not just romance. They're part of your public narrative. The woman beside you communicates your standards. If your woman disrespects you publicly, flirts with other men, posts attention-begging content, or is seen arguing with you in public, that damages your positioning. You can't preach power while visibly being disrespected. People pick up the contradiction. So a high-value man doesn't just get a hot girl. He installs standards. Not emotional, not insecure, not screaming, standards. If you're with me, you don't make me look weak. You don't compete for male attention online. You don't undermine me in front of my network. You don't leave me guessing your loyalty. If she can't do that, she's not qualified for that proximity. That's not controlling, that's brand protection. Your life is a brand whether you like it or not. Why does this matter to success? Because powerful men vouch for you based on predictability. If they think your personal life is chaotic, if they think your woman can blow up your name, leak your chats, embarrass you, or drag you into court, they will not include you in serious moves. Men with money avoid mess. So your woman's situation can either open doors or close them. That's why I tell you, choose women who like you for you, who like your rhythm, who like your leadership. If she's constantly trying to equalize you, she's working against your frame. Reputation is also how you make money in an attention economy. Every post, every podcast, every room, every DM, you're either reinforcing the image or contaminating it. People need to instantly know what you stand for. Are you the no excuse guy? The power politics guy? The money multiplication guy? The geo arbitrage guy? The cold masculinity guy? Pick a lane and flood it. Then your reputation becomes a magnet. People come to you already framed. This is the guy for X. That makes selling easy. You don't convince, you present. And yes, you will be misunderstood. Good. That's the cost of being polarized. If everybody gets you, you're too soft. Real impact requires sharp edges. But again, not about waking up early. This is about narrative design. How are you perceived online, offline, by women, by competitors, by mentees, by clients? The man who controls that perception makes money even when he's sleeping because the story does the work. Part 5, leverage, attention, and asymmetric plays. The world has shifted into an economy where attention is upstream of money. Whoever gets the eyes can decide what to sell. That's why average people are broke. No one knows them. You can be skilled, but if you're invisible, you lose to a louder idiot. That frustrates people, but it's reality. So you have two choices: complain about it or become unignorable. Becoming unignorable does not mean becoming desperate. It means finding a format where your strengths look 10 times bigger than in real life. Maybe you're not the funniest in person, but on video, with jump cuts, subtitles, and high energy, you're excellent. Maybe you're not the best talker, but you can write long-form threads that go viral. Maybe you're not flashy, but you can make breakdown videos of money, power, war, psychology, and people love them. You don't need to be good at everything. You need to find one medium where your value is obvious. Once you have attention, you need credibility. Attention without a product is noise. Attention with a product is income. Attention with multiple products in multiple price points in multiple markets is empire. For example, free content to grow, low ticket to filter buyers, mid ticket to build community, high ticket to work closely, back end to invest together. Same audience, different monetization levels. That's leverage. Asymmetric plays are where you do one thing once and get paid repeatedly. A normal job is symmetric. 1 hour equals 1 pay. Asymmetric, 1 video equals money for months. 1 product equals sold to thousands. 1 connection equals 5 more connections. 1 good tweet equals 500 new followers equals 10 buyers. That's where you should be operating. When I said earlier, don't focus on investing 500, this is what I meant. Your real investment is building leverage. Leverage in audience, leverage in skills, leverage in contact lists, leverage in systems. Also understand geopolitical leverage. Some countries are better for tax. Some are better for banking. Some are better for content. Some are better for lifestyle. Some are better for women. Some are better for anonymity. Why would you confine yourself to one place forever? Because your parents did? You were living in the first era where you can make money in one place, spend it in another, and live in a third. That's a cheat code. Use it. Spend in cheap places, earn in rich places, bank in stable places. That's how you stretch money and increase freedom simultaneously. Part 6. Crisis mastery, harsh reality, and the long game. Let me finish this with the part nobody likes to admit. Most men fail not because they don't know what to do, but because life hits them once and they stay on the floor. They lose a business, get scammed, a woman betrays them, a government rule changes, a payment processor freezes funds, and they crumble. High-level men assume disruption. They plan for turbulence. They know every few years something will punch them, so they build with that in mind. This is why I said pain is required. Adversity teaches you how to respond under pressure. When you've been hit before, the next hit doesn't erase your identity. You don't start saying, maybe I should quit. You say, okay, pivot. You already have people you can call. You already have audiences you can speak to. You already have multiple income streams. You already have second passports. You already have assets outside the system. So what was catastrophic for the average man is an inconvenience for you. Most of you are still operating on hope. I hope my job stays. I hope my girlfriend stays. I hope the platform doesn't ban me. I hope the economy gets better. Hope is not strategy. Men win with control. Control over their cash flows, control over their location, control over their woman selection, control over their narrative, control over their state. You can't control everything, but you can control enough to not be a victim. And let's address laziness without talking about wake up at 5. Your real laziness is mental. You don't want to think at high altitude. You don't want to sit and map out, what is my brand? What are my pillars? What assets am I building? Where do I live if this country turns hostile? Which men do I need to know? Which skills make me irreplaceable? What can I publish for the next 365 days that will make me unignored? That's the real work. Everyone can lift weights. Few can architect a life. Most guys think networking means collecting Instagram handles and going to events where everyone is broke but dressed nice. That's not a network, that's socializing. A real network is a group of people who actually change your speed. People who make you faster at making money, faster at solving problems, faster at moving countries, faster at launching something, faster at recovering from a setback. If the people around you don't increase your speed, you don't have a network. You just have people to waste time with. A powerful network is selective, aligned, responsive, complementary, and profitable. Selective means not everyone gets in. Aligned means everyone inside is moving toward money, status, or power. Not gossip, not drama. Responsive means when you call, people actually reply. Complementary means people bring different strengths. One guy has audience, one has capital, one has legal, one has media, one has operations. Profitable means people inside make more money because they are inside. If what you have doesn't tick those boxes, then what you have is just contacts, not leverage. Here's what most men don't want to admit. High-value people don't want to be around needy, chaotic, low-output men. You can't show up to serious people empty-handed. You have to arrive with a value function, a reason they would want to keep you. There are 3 reliable ways to do that. You can be the guy who knows things, the guy who has people, or the guy who can execute. The guy who knows things is the one with intel. Who's raising, who's selling, which platform is changing rules, which country is opening a better tax route, which influencer is looking for a new team. The guy who has people is the one with an audience or community. He can point attention, give a shout, make a product look bigger, get the first 100 customers. The guy who can execute is the operator. Give him an idea and he builds the funnel, the team, the system. Powerful people love operators because everybody else just talks. If you're not one of those 3, you fall into the worst category. The guy who always wants things. That guy doesn't last in strong rooms. You should also stop treating everyone in your life like they're the same. You need layers. The outer layer is your audience. People who consume your content, maybe buy small offers, maybe just comment. They make you look big. Then there's your peer layer, people roughly at your level who you build with. Then there's your upward layer, people above you who have already solved the problems you're trying to solve. You don't bother them with small emotional nonsense. You bring them good deals or clean opportunities. And finally, your inner circle. Very few people who know where you live, what you own, what you're planning. You protect that layer. Most men blur these lines and then wonder why nothing compounds. Power compounds in controlled environments, not in public group chats full of randoms. The best networks today are cross-border. If all your contacts are in one city, you're hostage to that city. If that economy dies, your network dies. If laws change, you change. But if you have someone in Dubai for banking, someone in London for legal, someone in the US for media, someone in Asia for sourcing, someone in Eastern Europe for editing, now you're not tied to one place. You can earn in one region, live in another, and protect assets in a third. That's when borders stop being cages and start being options. So how do you get into higher rooms if you're not rich yet? You do it by service, not begging. You don't DM, let me know if you need anything. That's work for them. You DM, I watched your video, I clipped 10 shorts from it, captioned and sized 9:16. Use them if you want. Or, I rebuilt your landing page with cleaner copy. Or, I put together a list of 50 podcasts that match your niche. That's real value. That gets a reply. Another way is audience. If you post daily, break down money, power, strategy, and tag people intelligently, they will eventually see you. People like being analyzed and presented well. That's how you get noticed from below without looking thirsty. And the third way is introductions. If every time someone talks to you, they meet another useful person, you become the human connector and people keep you around. But you also need to know why some men get into good rooms and then get quietly removed. It's not always because they lack skill. It's because they bring chaos. High-value men have unwritten rules. You don't leak screenshots. You don't brag publicly about private chats. You don't pull girls into business conversations. You don't emotionally dump in a group where men are trying to close deals. You don't mess up introductions someone else vouched for. Powerful people are allergic to chaos. If you are always late, always messy, always dramatic, you will be cut off. Maturity, discretion, and low drama behavior are networking skills. So how do you get into higher rooms if you're not rich yet? You do it by service, not begging. You don't DM, let me know if you need anything. That's work for them. You DM, I watched your video, I clipped 10 shorts from it, captioned and sized 9:16. Use them if you want. Or, I rebuilt your landing page with cleaner copy. Or, I put together a list of 50 podcasts that match your niche. That's real value. That gets a reply. Another way is audience. If you post daily, break down money, power, strategy, and tag people intelligently, they will eventually see you. People like being analyzed and presented well. That's how you get noticed from below without looking thirsty. And the third way is introductions. If every time someone talks to you, they meet another useful person, you become the human connector and people keep you around. But you also need to know why some men get into good rooms and then get quietly removed. It's not always because they lack skill. It's because they bring chaos. High-value men have unwritten rules. You don't leak screenshots. You don't brag publicly about private chats. You don't pull girls into business conversations. You don't emotionally dump in a group where men are trying to close deals. You don't mess up introductions someone else vouched for. Powerful people